something to say.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this episode of Project Shadow. My name's Charlie. You might know me better as sci-fi fantasy writer C.E. Dorset, and I want to start the podcast by saying hello to all of our new listeners. Hi. I don't know what happened, but as I mentioned on yesterday's podcast that, starting on February 1st, listens were through the roof. And as of right now, as I'm recording, we've already gotten more listens so far in February than we did in the entire month of December. So, hello everyone. I hope you're enjoying the show, and for those of you who have been sharing, thank you. I would love to know how you heard about the podcast, if you could let me know. Because I haven't done anything distinctly different in how I am I'm not even advertising the podcast right now. I'm not doing anything different in the way that I'm putting stuff out. And so all I can imagine is that you all are awesome and sharing the podcast with others. And that just makes me so happy. Thank you. Thank you so much. And keep it up. Let's see what we can build together. I would like to ask any of the people that are listening, especially on Apple Podcasts, if you could take a moment to rate the show. That really does help out a lot. That tells the algorithm to share the podcast with more people. So if you could take a moment to do that, that would be great. So thank you. Sorry if I am just overwhelmed at the support you all have been giving me. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so on with the show. Sorry about that. I just needed to take a little bit of time to tell you how awesome you all are. Speaking of awesome, am I the only one who missed the hype train from the weekend? Because, I kind of thought that this week was going to be a really easy week putting the show out because the game that dare not speak its name occurred on Sunday, and usually with the game that dare not speak its name, there are a whole bunch of new trailers that come out for exciting new things and flashy new trailers, and we would have a lot to talk about. There were trailers that came out that did happen, but they weren't that special. Is it just me? Have I spent so much time lost within the hype machine that I can't even see hype when hype is being hyped at me? Because it kind of feels that way right now. I mean, we got a new Captain Marvel trailer and it was fine. It wasn't better or more exciting than the trailers that had previously came out. So, and it didn't even really have a lot of new footage in it. So there's that. We got a new trailer for Marvel Avengers Endgame, and it was fine. I mean, the only really notable thing is that they comped somebody out in one of the scenes, because you can see them all standing in a group, walking forward, and there's a person-sized void in the middle of the group walking, which tells me that it would be a spoiler if they showed us who is in that spot. Which leads me to believe that it's either Tony Stark or one of the dusted people from the previous movie. But it didn't get me all that excited. It wasn't, all that special. And that's kind of how I felt about all of the trailers that I saw. I mean, I got kind of excited about the new Fast and Furious spin-off movie, and that's just because it's got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in it, and I think he's proven by now that no matter how stupid the premise, I will probably watch a movie that has The Rock in it. I mean, I watched The Tooth Fairy. I mean, you can't get dumber of a premise than that. The Rock becomes the Tooth Fairy. I watched it. I actually kind of liked it a little bit. So, okay, so he and Jason Statham and their characters from the Fast and Furious series are getting a spinoff. Okay, I'll watch that. But I didn't get all excited about it. I did get a little bit excited when I saw Idris Elba as like this supervillain. That was fun. But that's because I like Idris Elba. And I am not going to go through every trailer that I saw because I wanted this to be kind of an the top of my head sort of thing, because the whole point of hype and the whole point of spending millions upon millions of dollars to advertise on the game that dare not speak its name is to get people excited. And the fact that I cannot, off the top of my head, think of anything else. There's something like a Scary Stories thing that they did a trailer for and stuff. Like, I'm more excited about the fact that I guess Amazon is picking up The Expanse and continuing the story, because I kind of liked the Expanse, and it, Sci-Fi made it hard to watch, so it was hard for me to keep up with it. So I was watching it on Prime when it went up on Prime. So at least I'll get to watch seasons 1, 2, and 3, and it sounded like they were going to do a season 4. But even their trailer was kind of ambiguous. I mean, the fact that they said the fans saved the series leads me to believe that there's going to be more. Maybe from Sci-Fi, maybe from Prime. I don't know. They weren't specific. And, I didn't have enough it didn't pique enough interest for me to even look. Now, I've done episodes in the past about how frustrated I am about the hype culture that we live in. So I'm not too upset if it goes away. Because it's one thing to be organically excited about a movie, a TV series, a book. I mean, for goodness sakes. I mean, tomorrow we're probably going to be talking about Within Temptation's latest album because it's so good. But those are things that I was just excited about. I didn't need to get hyped up for them. I mean, to be honest, for the album, the first time I heard The Reckoning, it was just like, okay, this is going to be a good album. And you know what? It was. And we'll talk about that more tomorrow. So, I'm not going to be upset if the hype train is over, because, it had gotten to a point where it was just ridiculous. I mean, the fact that they had a trailer company recut and issue reshoot orders for the Suicide Squad movie because one of the trailers did really well and they felt like the trailer wasn't in sync with the story that they were telling in the movie. So they had a different trailer company redo the movie. I mean, that's hype at its most ridiculous. And it didn't help the film at all. I mean, it helps it enough that we're getting The Birds of Prey and the fantabulous emancipation of Harley Quinn, which I have decided that anybody who talks to me about that film who is excited must use its entire name, because I thought The Lord of the Rings Return of the King was going to be the most obnoxious movie name I was ever going to have to say. And no, The Birds of Prey and the fantabulous emancipation of Harley Quinn. That one wins. You did it, DC. So what does this mean? I actually did a lot of soul searching over the last couple days just because I didn't know if something was broken in me. And I don't think that's what it is. I just think they are, the few things that are coming out they don't want to do spoilers on, so they're holding their cards very close to the chest because, they want to hold the secrets back as long as they possibly can. And I'm fine with that. So it's hard to hype a movie like Endgame when you can't show a lot of footage from it because it would show us how or that various characters are going to be brought back. So, okay, I'm not opposed to that, and Star Wars is so far off, it would be weird for them to do a trailer for that. And, well, they're just casting the Dune movie, so we can't get a trailer for that. When you think about the big films that are coming up, there wasn't a lot that it could have come in. And it's made me start questioning what this summer is going to look like. Because I know we're getting 3 Marvel movies this summer. So we're going to get Captain Marvel, Avengers Endgame, and Spider-Man Far From Home. All of which look fine. I'm kind of excited about that. We're getting the Fast and Furious movie. Well, it's not a Fast and Furious movie. It's Hobbs and Decker, I think. And I'm fine with that. That looks good. I'm sure there's going to be some weird Tom Cruise thing that gets inserted in there that I'm either not remembering or that they haven't decided to start pushing yet, because they sometimes just, like the Jack Reacher films, just be like, oh yeah, we did a Jack Reacher film with Tom Cruise, here it is, or oh yeah, here's Edge of Tomorrow or Oblivion or whatever. So when I look at the movies that are coming up, okay, so we have Avengers Endgame in the beginning of May. Like I said, we have Star Wars, but that's not until December. Oh yeah, September we have that new It thing. Frozen 2, but that's not till November, so we wouldn't have gotten a trailer for that. February 8th is the Lego Movie 2, so we're not going to be getting, they wouldn't spend the money on a trailer for that. Though they might have. I think there was a trailer for that. That's how much it stuck with me. Oh, Wonder Woman 2, but that's not till November, so we wouldn't have gotten that. There was the Captain Marvel one, it wasn't that good. Oh yeah, the live-action Lion King. And Aladdin? Those are both this year? Oy. Okay. I did see the Toy Story 4 trailer. I do remember that now, after having seen it on the list. Wasn't excited. I mean, I'll probably see it because I've seen the other 3 in the theater, and I liked them. Oh yeah, the live-action Dumbo. Wow, there's a lot of live-action Disney this year. That's a lot of Disney. Spider-Man Far From Home. How to Train Your Dragon 3 is finally coming out, which has confused me because there was so much hype for it last year. I thought it already came out and I missed it. There wasn't a commercial for John Wick that I saw. That should have happened. And of course, Glass already happened. So, yeah, it doesn't look like there's a lot on the horizon. This is going to be an interesting year for films. Just because, if that's all the big films that are coming out, a whole bunch of live-action remakes, which are going to make money because, for reasons, the Disney live-action remakes generally have been making money. So, that'll happen. The Marvel movies and the Star Wars movie will make money because that's what they do. But given that there's not, like, a huge proliferation of these kinds of movies, like the list that I was just looking at, that doesn't have the Hobbs and Decker, or Decker and Hobbs, I can't remember which order they put their names in, movie listed. That's probably going to make ridiculous money because The Rock. But that does open it up for some really unexpected, smaller pictures to break out this year, if they happen. This is going to be a strange year in so many ways, and I don't want to get into all of that strangeness, but this is going to be an odd year, especially for film and television, because there aren't a lot of TV shows that are getting a lot of hype. I mean, for as good as The Orville's been, it's not getting talked about as much as it should, and that's one of the reasons why I'm probably going to start dedicating an episode to it, because it really should get a lot more love than it's getting. And really, as far as like sci-fi show goes, We talk about Star Trek because I'm a huge Star Trek fan and I want it to be good. This is going to be a very interesting year for us genre fans because it's kind of feeling like we're at one of those points. I think ghosts are coming back. Yeah, let's think about this and listen to a word from our sponsor and continue when we come back. Hello, welcome back. Yeah, I'm just kind of at a loss for words at how unremarkable this year feels. And maybe it's because last year we got a lot of big movies and a lot of anticipated movies, some of which made us happy and some not so much. Or maybe they just completely wiped me out and I'm not capable of feeling hype anymore. And that's why I really want to bring this question up to you. If you are excited about any of the movies coming out, and not just I'm excited for the Avengers movie, for the Star Wars movie, stuff like that, like we've talked about. But as far as the trailers that came out, I'm not at the edge of my seat going, oh, hurry up and come out. And they'll happen when they happen. And I don't think that that's a function of age. If you told me today that a director that I liked at a production company that I trusted was doing a live-action Pern movie, that they picked up Dragonflight and they were going to do the trilogy, I would be dancing in the street and just constantly refreshing Twitter to try to get images and news and leaks and rumors, because that's something that I just don't think would ever happen. But and maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's about time that we get to take some time off and not be in this constant crazy hype that we've been living in for the last couple years, because something had to give. And the trailers that were released during the game that dare not speak its name were so lackluster. I mean, they really didn't have any oomph to them. They just kind of, hi, I have a trailer. I'm here. And I don't know if that's because they were trying to play coy, which I think was the case with Endgame, or if they were trying to appear aloof, which I think some of the horror trailers that I saw were. But it was a tactic that didn't work, because you have to give enough to answer the question, am I interested in this? Because there's a difference between generating interest and generating hype. And that, to me, is where Hollywood has been falling apart lately. Because, as far as interest goes, you tell me I'm making a Batman movie, and I immediately perk up. I like Batman. I like Batman movies. You're making a Batman movie? I'm interested. And then you have to go crazy and be yeah, and he's going to fight Superman. And remember all these other things that you liked. We're going to be doing all that too, all in one movie, because we're going to fit it all in. And okay, yeah, all right. And you actually, it starts creating a negative feedback loop, at least in my own psyche. Just because so many of the movies that have come out have not been able to live up to their own hype. I mean, there's been good movies that came out. I mean, Black Panther, I don't think was overhyped. It really was a great movie and deserves its Oscar nominations, though it deserved more than it got. Because Best Screenplay, not nominated. Best Picture, nominated. Best Director, not nominated. That's frustrating. Michael B. Jordan didn't even get nominated for Killmonger under Best Supporting Actor. And that's ridiculous, because he really sold that movie. Having a villain that sympathetic and complex and played that well, I mean, it really did raise the bar for what a science fiction movie can be. It raised the bar for what a superhero movie can be. And I really am glad that I'm not on the team that has to figure out how to do the sequel, because yeah, that's got to be some stress. I know I'd be feeling it. But it deserved all the accolades that it got, because it was a great movie. And I think the same can be said of Infinity War. I don't think it was as good as Black Panther, and so I'm not shocked that it wasn't nominated for an Academy Award. But it was a good movie, and it deserved the hype that it got around it, and it was, the Mufasa moment for this generation. I mean, it really was the Luke, I'm your father. Because, a lot of us knew the snap was coming, but if you didn't, I mean, the audible gasps and cries that came out in the theater when I saw it, because they didn't see it coming. Or, like me, they saw it coming, knew it was supposed to happen, and didn't think that Disney would let them do it. And that's the thing. You can't catch lightning in a bottle that regularly. Whereas one of my, as Saul Stein says, every now and then you'll have ruby dust sprinkled on you and make what you do special and make it meaningful. That doesn't happen very often. And, I think this is the problem that people are having with any follow-up to Harry Potter. I don't even want to talk about The Crimes of Grindelwald yet. I'll be watching it, I think next week. So I'll finally be able to tell you what I thought. But, I don't think anything would have stood up to fan expectation because Harry Potter had ruby dust sprinkled on it. And it was a magical experience. And I think the same's true with, the stars aligned for Black Panther. Great director, great writer, great soundtrack, both of them. The cinematography, the acting, everything came together at just the right time. At just this perfect moment when we needed something like that. And it happened. The stars don't align that often. If they did, Cthulhu would have left R'lyeh a long time ago. And we'd all be running around in circles singing Ya Ya Cthulhu Fhtagn, at least those of us who hadn't been devoured or demented to the point of not being able to control ourselves anymore. But the stars don't align that often. So it's okay to have a slow year. And I feel like that's kind of what we're heading for this year. I mean, there are going to be big movies. All of the movies that we've missed, that we've listed, they're going to be big movies. Even, and stories will be written about how good or bad they did based off of weird expectations that people are going to put on them because, people need stuff to write about. But I feel like this year, more than any year, is the year to start looking out for that unexpected project, that thing that nobody is hyping you about. Maybe a small film, maybe an independent film, maybe, I don't know, just something on the periphery, something that you don't expect to just take your breath away, to sneak in there and make you go, that's what I've been wanting. Because I don't think the superhero thing's over. There's too many superhero films in the works. I think they're going to be going on for quite some time. Just because it's an established genre now with many, M-I-N-I, genres within it that are being exploited now for different purposes. And the fact that, Marvel's going into the cosmic universe. And they finally have control over the Fantastic Four and X-Men. We'll see something. But that's where we are. It's ordinary now. And that's a good thing. Because that's when something awesome can happen. I think this is where I'm waiting for that show that's going to take over everybody's imagination to sneak in. Because, I'm excited about the next season of Stranger Things, but I've gotten 2 of them and I expect it to be fairly good. So I'm not all that hype about it, right? I'm kind of excited about some other shows, but I'm waiting because there's an opportunity just sitting out there for someone to take. And I'm not saying it's me. Yes, I got a book coming out this year, but I'm not saying it's me. I don't think it's going to be me. You cannot predict when ruby dust is going to strike. But I think we all need to get out our ruby dust detectors. Because I think the little fairies that run around and decide what to throw the ruby dust on are looking for something right now. And I don't know what it is, and I don't know where will come from. It might be the boy who would be king. Maybe that'll blow up in a way that we didn't expect. It's gotten some good reviews. I don't know. But I think we all need to be looking and sharing with each other. Like, this is your Project Shadow homework. Start looking around for that little series. Maybe it's a web series. Maybe it's something that just got thrown up on Prime or Netflix or Hulu. Some little thing that just is waiting for its audience to come. The ruby dust is there. We just need to find it and make it happen. Because I got a feeling it's out there. Because as happy as I am that I'm going to get to see these movies that are coming out, and for the shows that are continuing this season, there's something out there. And I don't know what it is. One of us is going to find it. It's just a question of where are we going to find it and when. Because you could see this with Bird Box. Like, Bird Box wanted to be the thing. Because there was, like, it had this moment. And yeah, it was kind of a weird viral moment. But it, like, wanted to be something. But there wasn't enough there to keep it going. Like, it tried. Like, you can feel that anticipation in the air, right? Oh, there's Bird Box. Is that it? No? Okay. Well, let's keep looking. Let's keep looking. Maybe we'll find it. You can feel that energy in the air. Something's about to happen. And we're all going to be excited about it. I just don't know what. So keep your eyes out. And if you do find it, definitely call in via Anchor and let me know what it is so I can share it with the group. Alrighty, I hope you enjoyed this episode. This isn't, like I said, what I expected to be talking about, because I thought we would be like, oh wow, did you see this? Did you see that? That was awesome. This was awesome. And instead, no. But I think it's a good thing. I really feel like I'm not just like pulling your leg. I feel like there's something out there that we haven't noticed yet. It's not on our radar, but when it hits, oh, it's going to hit. So keep a lookout. All right. If you enjoyed the show, like I said before, and the app that you're listening to me on allows you to rate, please do so. That does help out a lot. It tells the algorithms to share the podcast with more people. That really does help out a lot. If you really like what I'm doing and want to throw a couple bucks my way, in the show notes, you'll see a link that says Anchor Community Support. If you click that, you can give at the $1, $5, or $10 levels. That helps me out a lot. Recently had to get a new microphone, get some new software to get the ebooks out. It's been a thing. My laptop is starting to act weird and I'm getting really nervous. That money helps out more than you know. So thank you to everybody who's already doing that. And if you can become part of the project, please do. If you don't have the money, that's okay. Trust me, I know what that feels like, because that's kind of the place I've lived for most of my life. Just share the podcast with some people that you know and help it to keep growing. Thanks to the sponsorships that we've gotten, the podcast is growing and making some money, and that makes me happy because it makes it easier for me to do these things. I just want to again say thank you to all of our new listeners. Tomorrow we're probably going to be talking about Within Temptation's latest album. So if it's called Resist, if you haven't listened to it yet and you want to do your homework getting ready for that, I definitely recommend that you listen to it. There may be some other things that I talk about. I just got into a British band called Puppy that I'm kind of grooving on a little bit. There's a couple other artists I might do some shout outs to. As always, over at Project Shadow, you'll find my list, The Rotation. New tracks are added to the bottom of that list all the time, and older tracks go away. It's basically my go-to hit shuffle playlist. There's been a lot of good music that I found recently, and we're probably going to do a music episode tomorrow because I haven't done one in a while. So look forward to that. Unless, of course, that thing steps forward. Until next time. Oh, if you want to contact me, I'm CE Dorset on Twitter. You can find links to all my social media at projectshadow.com. Thank you so much for listening. You have no idea how amazing it is that so many of you are listening now. And thank you for sharing the podcast and helping it grow. Until next time, don't forget, have the fun. Bye.